Hi, John McCrudden again. We are continuing our videos on the job search and the special section in job search of job boards. So we went over the job boards for the states, and now we're going to review a job board you all know about, Indeed. So I won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but I think it'll be fun to see how we can use the keywords in Indeed, as well as I showed you how you use the keywords in the job search for states. So we're going to go to Indeed, but again, we see they're asking for a keyword and location. Okay, let's see if we can use the keywords from our list of standard occupational. So let's do this. Let's look at the categories again. And here are all the categories: management occupations, computers, architectural, life science, community and social services. There's just enormous amount of information here that you can use in your job search. Let's go into computers and look at this as an opportunity to use keywords. So here's computer systems analyst. Okay, you can always click on that and find out what they do. But let's go back to Indeed and type in computer systems analyst. And there it is. So we got that keyword from our very useful the standard occupational classification page, and we put in computer analyst, and then we let's type in Phoenix for a bigger area. And again, you can do state, you can do federal, we can do Phoenix, and we can do search. And here is our results. There's payroll systems analyst, there's government systems analyst, there's a senior systems analyst, application systems analyst. And on the right, you'll see where you can apply. And of course, our other videos relate to how you write resumes around jobs, that sort of thing. And so you can use the systems analyst. Okay. Let's go back to the list of SOC occupations again, and let's go to the top of the page and look at other types of categories where we'll be looking for occupations. How about healthcare support occupations? There's a lot of occupations, healthcare support. And here we go. Let's type in, let's say, occupational therapists and occupational therapist aides. Okay, let's go back to Indeed, and let's erase computer systems and type in occupational therapist, and it fills it out automatically. It recognizes, and that's what's so useful about this tool, is it recognizes the jobs that are listed. And there's occupational therapist. Let's do Arizona, the state of Arizona. And you can do, again, any city, any state, any way you want. And here there are the jobs. Occupational therapist. Again, these are jobs on Indeed.com in the area you're looking for. Let's do one more so that you get a good sense of how to use the keywords. So we'll go back here and we'll do list of occupations again. We'll go back to the top, and let's look at something else here. We use computers. Let's see. Let's do sales and related occupations. First line supervisor sales. Let's go back. Retail salespeople. Looking into retail sales where there's plenty of jobs available. So let's go to retail sales. And there's a retail sales associate, retail stores manager, all sorts of opportunities. And then we will look in, let's say, Huntington, New York. Let's say Huntington, New York comes up, and we'll look in Huntington, New York, and we'll hit search. And here you go. Entry-level sales, retail sales in Huntington, New York. And you can see how easy it is to find jobs in your location. Now, you can obviously do this and do it within 25 miles to get more listings. So we just did Huntington, New York. If I live in Huntington, New York, I'm willing to travel outside of Huntington to Huntington, New York. So I'll do 25 miles, and you'll see a lot more jobs. 25 miles of Huntington, New York. You want to do one more? Let's do one more. Okay? So we'll go back to Indeed. Okay? And then we'll do our list of occupations again. Let's go back and let's do life sciences, something a little bit different than we're looking for. Let's say a biochemist. That sounds pretty esoteric. Let's see if they do have those in Indeed.com. Biochemist. There it is, biochemists. They do have internships as well. And let's see, where do we want to look now? Let's look in California. Let's say Los Angeles, California, for a biochemist. And we're looking within 25 miles of Los Angeles, which is good. And you'll see research associate, biochemists, all related to biochemistry. Let's look at another. Let's do microbiologist. There's microbiologist right there. And let's do, let's say, where there's research, Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Mass. We search there. And here our lists come up. Microbiology. And again, we're looking within 25 miles. You can increase that. So if you find that there's a lot of jobs in 25 miles and there's too many to look at, just narrow it down and go to 10 miles or 15 miles. And that'll limit the number of jobs you'll see listed. Okay, so this is, again, Indeed. If you remember correctly from my video, this represents 15% of your time for your job search. Why is that? Well, again, I mentioned to you that job boards represent a very competitive type of job search. In other words, a lot of people are using them. They don't use it to the extent you'll use it now with your standard occupational categories and classifications, but a lot of people will use these job boards. And the other thing I mentioned, that companies sometimes fill jobs from within. So they'll post a job, but that job's already filled because somebody is being promoted. It's why I look at networking, and the videos on networking talk to you about how to get advantages there to network into jobs. Okay? Now, we talked about the federal government, USA Jobs.gov, and I have the links on the website under the description so that you know how to get to those links. Now, we've talked about state jobs that are done by state, but they are by companies all over the state. We've done Indeed, we've done Idealist, we've done some other types of jobs that you can look at. Let's look at federal government jobs now. Now, we can still use the list of occupations. Let's use the list again. Let's go back. Let's look at computers again. Look what other jobs we can look at under the federal government. What about, that's a wonderful one, the Information Security Analyst. Let's look up in the federal government, Information Security Analyst. There it is, the Information Security Specialist. We click on it, and we'll see over 2,000 jobs, and we can limit it down. Let's say Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, wait a second. Information Security Specialist. Sorry, we had to do that again. And Phoenix, Arizona, we hit search. And there's 100, from 2,000 jobs, it goes down to 172. So it's much more manageable. And here you are. And here is the Information Security Specialist and other titles that relate to that. So this is government. And this is also useful in using the keywords in government. Very important. And you got to remember, government has a lot of different jobs in it. And so let's take a look at another one, okay? Let's go into our list. Let's go back. And let's do something that maybe you wouldn't think government would have. Under life sciences, we did life sciences. Let's say legal occupations. Lawyers. Let's look at U.S. government for lawyers. We can say legal, or we can say lawyers. And there they are, comes up. So we've got lawyers. What we've got to do is get out of our previous search here. You can see and we got lawyers, and we hit search, and there is our job. Okay, let's look for another one that has more of a result. Let's do let's go back. Let's do life sciences again, like that. Animal scientists. Let's see what comes up if we do USA jobs in animal science. We've got to remove filters. So don't forget to remove filters. Animal. Here it is right there. Research animal scientists, and it goes down. If we do animal science, dairy, research associate, let's take a look at those. And there's 450 nationwide, and then we can put in a state, of course. But if you look at them, this is really hard to find jobs, but you've been able to, through this technique, find them very easily. Okay, so that's federal government jobs. And I have one more site to show you. It's called Idealist. This site is wonderful because it's nonprofit jobs. There's a lot of nonprofit jobs. And I'm going to sign in through my Google account. They'll ask you to sign in. And I'm going to go into my Google account to sign in. And here it is. Here is Idealist. And when I talk about nonprofit, this will show you the different categories that Idealist has to find jobs. I just skipped out of that, sorry. Look at the different areas in which you can look for search for jobs in Idealist. It's got issue areas, it's got job function. Let's take a look at job function first. So you can look at areas for social work, citizenship, business development, advocacy, administrative, accounting, finance, and then look at issue areas, which we'll do a search for issue areas. This is really interesting. Again, nonprofit works in areas that are related to our society, related to our environment, related to our community. So here's one that's interesting, conflict resolution. And here are the results right here. Executive Director of Development in the Community, Partnerships, Infrastructure, Investment for Community. These are organizations you would have never heard of before, but they can go into now and through Idealist find all sorts of jobs related to nonprofit. Okay.